I want to bring your attention to a new setting that Meta quietly introduced for automatic campaign adjustments that frankly terrifies me, and I think you need to make sure it's not enabled on your account. I'll explain why and also what would make it great, but until then, you need to make sure it's off. It's something called automatic campaign adjustments. Meta, in its infinite wisdom, is going to start moving around your ad budget, turning audiences on and off, or expanding audiences on you. Now, they already do this with Advantage Plus audiences and try and jam them into every campaigns, but now they want to take over your entire account on you. This is bad for a number of reasons. The biggest one is that Meta's measurement problem means that the automatic campaign adjuster is acting on bad data. And we see this to Meta's detriment and to their advantage, where they measure wrong and therefore would steer their own bidding algorithm incorrectly. That's why you should try to get manual control of a lot of things once you have the measurement in place. On the top of the funnel, Meta is terrible at giving itself credit. It's very bad at it, to the tune of missing 4 to 10x in some cases, how much better it's doing than what Meta itself thinks it's doing in the ad manager. On the flip side, at the bottom of the funnel, when you get down to the last click or the last view, Meta has an insanely over-optimistic view of how it's doing and will therefore steer more of your ad spend there when it really doesn't work well there. It works much better at the top of the funnel if you have the right measurement strategy in place, custom to your particular brand, your competitors, your customer sales cycle, and your price point. All those things have to be taken into account and then measured correctly. And then if you're bidding based on that data, perhaps you can have a little automatic adjusting going on. But that's not occurring, and so you need to turn this off. So what you're going to want to do is go into the business manager under more tools, then automated rules, then buried in there is automatic adjuster or adjustments. Then there's a toggle at the top, and you're going to want to make sure that's toggled off, because otherwise you have no control over the performance. And while granted Meta is a line they want to show and prove and actually deliver better performance, they can't with the current data they have. It's highly unlikely, particularly if you're investing a lot of your budget in top of the funnel that takes time to convert, which you should be doing on social channels. It's highly unlikely that this is going to pan out well for your account, and places that you might want to scale or multi-channel strategies that you're running are not going to fare well with this current setting. So I highly advise you go in and turn it off immediately if it got switched on by the Meta gods that be. Thank you. I want to have one analogy you can use or not use. The reason why, to give you an example how this is a bad idea, let's suppose you were getting on the scale every morning because you wanted to lose weight, and your weight reported in at 200 pounds. And then your trainer fed you a bunch of donuts, and you shoveled in a bunch of donuts, and you got on the scale the next day and you weighed 198. And you're like, this is great. The trainer says, wow, these donuts are working. Eat more donuts. So you double down and eat more donuts. The scale says 196. So you keep doing this, and over the span of a couple weeks, you've lost that final 10 pounds according to the scale. But when you look down at your gut, it's obviously bigger. That's what could happen with automatic adjustments. The scale, which is the measurement, is showing good stuff. So you keep doing it, but instead of having a bigger stomach from eating donuts, you'll have less money in your pocket because the return on ad spend that in-platform is showing isn't actually occurring. And furthermore, it's diverting money from potentially Meta in-platform that is working to Meta in-platform that isn't working. So watch out for Meta donuts.